Okay, diving right back in. This is going to be part two. I actually got cut off on the first part of this reading, and it was interesting. It was sort of like exclamation point, right? It was just really stressing that necessity to clear your energy, working with the senses. It's funny because I had actually filled up my entire, memory bank with all of the readings that I've been recording recently. So I had to go and clear my files, all right? So there you go, It can even be something as practical as that, just like clearing out your files, from, your email, if your email is jam packed, just doing whatever you can to sort of like clear the space, get yourself ready for what's coming in, because we're definitely moving into a time of action. But Abhyanga, putting that oil on your body, giving yourself a massage from head to toe. I mean, put it on your scalp, on your face, all the way down to the bottom of your feet, and let it sit on you, for up to an hour. You don't really want to leave the oil on your body longer than that, because it can dampen your natural fire. And we're really trying to ignite Agni right now. We're trying to, get that pitta coming forward so you can activate your fire and use it to affect change in your material reality. All right, but first you have to prepare the vessel. So think of all this, sight, sound, touch, taste, even the taste that you're bringing in, work with those cleansing tastes, lemon water. Just getting up in the morning and having some lemon water. It's very purifying, and it gets your detoxification processes going. All right. So working with all the senses to clear your energy body, because there's definitely the need to sort of release, that disappointment energy, the disappointment you're still kind of holding on to. It was 2:22 on the clock when I said that, okay? So maybe, things that you thought were going to come together didn't come together quite as you planned, all right? But you need to understand that what's happening right now is actually, like I've been saying, it's like a directional reroute. This is the energy that's been coming in. It's coming in for the collective. It's coming in for all signs. Everybody is getting aligned with their purpose right now, all right? So maybe there was some type of, something where you wanted to pull together, maybe with another person, a partnership. This could be romantically. This could be, coming together in a living situation. This could be coming together in a business capacity, on a work project, some kind of creative project. And maybe things didn't quite turn out the way you thought, and so there might be some disappointment around that. And just know that whatever didn't pan out the way you thought it would, it was meant to go down exactly like that, because it's opening up a new opportunity, all right? You can't see that right now, with this high priestess energy that is sort of acting as a crossing influence. And it's coming in right over the death card, okay? So this is a really powerful message. It means the old way is being surrendered right now. It is being released. There's certain things that you can't really fight for. You can't invest your energy in any longer, because it's actually detracting you from your true life's purpose path, all right? And that can be difficult. This is Scorpio energy right here with this high priestess energy. We also have Pisces energy there, okay? And this is definitely about doing that integrative work. You can see this high priestess, there's this symbolism with the pomegranate here. And that always reminds me of Persephone's journey, right? We're in the spring season right now, all right? So Persephone goes down to Hades, in the fall, She goes down in the fall, and she goes down to integrate her shadows so she can rise up out of that and move into that active, that active light-giving force in the spring to bring forward the medicines, you know, through actualizing, through materializing, you know, through the actions she takes. When she reemerges, you know, with that spring energy, that coming back to life energy, that rebirth energy. And that's what everybody's going through right now. There's a lot that's had to be released, you know, a lot that's needed to be let go of. But also when we're looking at the High Priestess, we're also looking at what's hidden. And there may be a lot of things you don't understand right now. The first card that actually flew out and is at the basis of all this, it's crossing everything, is this Ace of Swords card right here. And this card is a timing card. So it's all about winter season, all right? So you may find that you're in a process right now of sort of tying up loose ends, you know, from something that you went through over the winter season, you know, that had a big impact on you. And I see that one of the things that's kind of holding you back right now is that you're really wanting truth in situations. You're wanting the truth, and you want the truth to be communicated. And a lot of cases, you're just wanting communication, period. Like you feel like the communication has been blocked. And because you don't have this communication, you feel like you don't know the way forward or the next step you should take. Or because this essential piece of truth is missing, you feel like you can't get a clear view of the lay of the land ahead. But I think this is kind of a hold up energy, okay? Because you're still looking at things from the mindset of, you know, this partnership energy, like the other, you know, putting the focus on, I need the truth from this person, or I need this person to communicate that before I can move forward. And really what I'm getting with this High Priestess energy is it's like, just let it go, you know, let it go. If the truth is not coming forward, if the communication is not coming forward, if you're not pulling together with other people, you know, just let it go. Let it go and trust that when it's time for that to come, it will. And it will. Truth will come out. Truth will come out, you know, but it may be a while before truth comes out. It could be possible that you know, you may have intuited a truth back in the winter time, but you didn't get any clarification on it. And I feel like you're being asked to trust what your intuition has told you. You're being trusted to kind of get a lay for the land by, again, tuning into those senses, right? Which is probably why this whole piece of clearing your senses, clearing yourself energetically through the senses is coming in, because you really need to get other people's energy out of that space so you can drop into your sensory perceptions without having it clouded by other people's energy. It's so important for you to tune into your intuition. The lay of the land is not going to be on some map. There's no directions to get there, okay? You have to feel your way through, all right? There is a lot hidden right now. We just entered into an eclipse season, okay? So nothing is going to be clear. There's a lot moving beneath the surface. There's a lot that can't be seen right now. So this is time to dive into that instinctual, intuitive part of yourself, you know, that wolf energy, right? That pathfinder energy where it's picking up the scent of the trail. You know, you feel your way through. You just go where the energy pulls you, and you don't need to rationalize it. And it was 8:55 on the clock when I said that, okay? So that's about, you know, you step into your power and you're able to actually manifest the path by allowing these radical changes to happen, you know, these changes that are out of your control. Don't try to cling to things. Don't try to hold on to things. Don't try to make sense of things. It's not even necessarily a time to make sense of things on an intellectual level. If you get too much in this thinking, you're going to get stuck in your head and you're going to think you're trapped when you're not. If you tune into your senses, feeling your way through that more organic sort of momentum that's born from like being in the flow, then you're going to find that the new direction emerges very clearly, and it's all taking you to this really beautiful place. You're moving into this Empress energy. associated with signs of Libra and Taurus, okay? This is about stepping into your abundance. This is about stepping into, your mojo. Just feeling yourself and feeling life and embodying that spirit of celebration and gratitude, not just for all the growth that you have gained from the difficult experiences you've, been making your way through over this challenging cycle. And there's more to integrate. There's more to come. It's natural with this Pluto retrograde cycle. And again, we got Mercury going retrograde as of the 10th. So we're in pre-shadow right now. And after it goes retrograde, there's also going to be post-shadow. So we're in this review time. But even within the review, there's this need to still move forward and move forward in a different way. And I just got this image in my head of Michael Jackson, like backsliding, Remember when he did that at the American Music Awards the first time? It's like just such a huge moment when he did that, and look at how he glided and look at how it perpetuated him forward. 11:11 on the clock when I said that. So maybe Michael brought through a message there. I don't know, but I feel like that's sort of, and it's such a flow, right? It was such a flow. He was moving backwards, but he was flowing and it carried him forward in his life. So it's like that same kind of energy. I feel that's what you all need to embody right now. It's like, look at things in a new way. Don't get hung up on all this review stuff, all right? It's like you can review things even as you're moving forward. It's really about keeping your energy clean so you don't get stuck there. It's when your energy gets bogged down because you've taken on too many other people's feelings, emotions, perceptions about how they viewed, the past, where you have shared experiences, that you really can get stuck. Just stay within your own experience within it and do the integrative healing work you need to do. When the time for communication comes with another, it will come. But, give it space. Give it space. You don't need to, fight the flow because you're really stepping into a whole new level in your life, all right? And this is about you coming to that place of fullness, abundance, prosperity, happiness, joy, juiciness, that ojas, that nectar of life that makes you feel alive. This is about you coming into that place within yourself and not being reliant on it, coming from anything outside of yourself. All right? But you got to clear the energy and you have to be willing to let go and step into this place of radical trust that says, okay, I know I've been disappointed and I know I feel hurt, but I also know that something's happening here that's redirecting me to another path that's actually aligned with my purpose. So I can just accept this. And in the meantime, keep my energy clear, tend to my senses, and as I tend to my senses through my physical body by, lighting that beautiful, temple incense and creating that feeling of sacredness around me by doing my steam inhalations with that rosemary, by giving myself abhyanga and giving myself sound therapy by tuning in to that musical frequency, maybe even dancing, letting the music unravel, come in and unravel what's going on inside and letting it come out expressively through your movement. When you do that, you're taking something intangible, right? Like your feelings, your emotions, and then you're able to actualize them through your physical body. It's actually a very beautiful meditation. So this need to really work with these energies is really coming through. Yeah, because you're walking away from what was not satisfying for you, okay? That was 14:11 on the clock when I said that. This is all, guided by Great Spirit. You want something more. You're wanting something more. There's a song, the Waylon Jennings, they did this song, Water from a Deeper Well, I feel like that's what you're trying to tap into. You're looking to tap into water from a deeper well, you're tired of skimming the surface of things, you've abandoned the floaties a long time ago. You're ready to do the deep dive. You want your life to have meaning. you know, and that's kind of what's been missing. You feel like 14:55 on the clock when I said that. Fives all across the board, okay? Fives all across the board. 555, right? That's 15. That's 6 energy again. Big changes happening to lead you to your purpose, that bring you to a place of balance in your life, you know? Karmic balance, okay? So in order to get there, though, you have to cross over some bridges. And there's no burning them behind you. It's not about that. Sometimes, you know, paths diverge for a while. They meet up down the road. It's true. Sometimes that happens. But you can't hang on to that happening because you don't have control, okay? And a lot of this has to do with that, you know, relinquishing control and just trusting where you're led. If something isn't resonating with you right now, it doesn't mean it won't down the road, but you don't know. It may never, okay? The point is, you can't live your life like that. You can't put your life on hold. You have to move forward. You have to move forward with where your spirit's directing you. And right now, all of you are feeling like, I need that thing, that I'm feeling it in my soul. I'm feeling the resonance in my soul. And that's what's really going to carry you forward. So you're leaving some things behind. You know, you're leaving some things behind and you're ready for a new adventure. You're ready for new experiences. You're ready to open up, you know, to this energy where you dance through life, where you feel fulfilled, where there's an abundance in your life. And abundance, does that apply monetarily in the area of finances? Sure. You know, you can't have financial flow, though, if you're not embodying that spirit of abundance. So that a spirit of abundance also starts just with that feeling of gratitude, being very grateful for what you have. And maybe you've been through a really rough, you know, passage. Be grateful. Be grateful for what you learned from it. Be grateful for the medicines it gave you, because those are going to be the medicines that carry you forward to this reality, you know, stepping into this place of self-love, empowerment, mojo, feeling yourself, and having all the goodies, you know, in your material reality to go with it, you know. But it's about you. It's about you. And it's not about relying on that to come from anything outside of yourself. It begins with you. Yes, look at this. That's what brings the success with this world card. The world card promises not only completion, okay, so we're closing an old cycle, but it also represents success. You know, this reminds me of a pearl, like in an oyster shell. It's like sort of saying, like, the world is your oyster. You've got these pearls of wisdom that you gained from those experiences that's going to bless you up, you know, in such a beautiful way that you can't really see right now, you know. The energy that's coming in, the things that are unlocking now, the opportunities are going to come in very fast. People aren't really prepared for how quickly it's going to come in. When it comes in, it's going to come in like a lightning bolt. It's going to be electrifying. You know, there's more of that pitta energy, but it's also like pitta energy fused with that vata energy, right? Like it comes down from the ethers. So there's that air element again, okay? So there's really this necessity right now to tap into both fire and air, you know. And it's very true. Like if we look at this from an Ayurvedic perspective, Vata is the mother of all doshas. And so first that air energy is needed, that ether air energy, to like propel everything else into action, because that air feeds the fire, right? And the fire is what we need to take action, to take it out of the realm of thinking, okay, from having the idea, the inspiration, which is all Vata, and actually moving it into materialization, you know, through action. That's all about vision, okay? Having the vision and taking the action to bring it into being. And then it finally lands in Kapha, which is earth energy, earth water energy. And that's all about the material world actually seeing it manifest. So I'm just relating it to Ayurveda, you know, so you can understand how these elements in nature also express themselves in us. So this is actually really beautiful energy. We're all moving into a very successful time, but we're closing cycles. You know, we're closing karmic cycles. We're moving towards something higher. We're releasing with grace what needs to be released with grace, and trusting, even if we're a little leery, okay? We're trusting. We're trusting that what is coming in for us now is actually putting us on a direct path with our purpose. Yeah, and like I said, bottom of the deck energy, when it comes in really fast with this Knight of Wands energy. It aligns you with your passion and your purpose. This is also actually a court card, which represents actual players on the board, okay? So we're looking at the fire signs here. How perfect, right? We've been talking a lot about that Pitta activating energy. So that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, okay? So if you have any of these signs strongly aspected in your chart, Sun, rising, moon, Venus, north node, or even if you have one of those houses of your chart really, you know, jam-packed with a lot of planets, even if they aren't in a fire sign, you still have that fire element really strongly activated in your chart. And for those who do know your Ayurvedic Prakrutis, your birth constitutions, if you have Pitta in your birth constitution, you know, this also could be speaking really strongly to you. But these opportunities, this life redirect, you know, when it comes in knocking at your door, it's going to come in fast. And it was 21:23 on the clock when I said that. So that 5 energy for the 23, that's change, okay? It's change that needs to happen. And then the 21 energy, that's 3. So I believe that there are going to be certain people that come into your life that will provide a helpful influence. They'll be sort of like a finger pointing the way. You're the one who's going to take the steps, but they can point you in a direction to start moving in, you know, start exploring, begin your adventuring. There is going to be help and support that's coming in. And you also have a lot of spiritual support around you. So tap into that, okay? Tap into that. And I just got that it's sort of like, you know, we're all like weather vanes, right? It's all about tapping into that weather and reading it, you know. It's sort of like that song, you know, Bob Dylan said, you don't need a weatherman to know which way the wind blows, right? It's like you don't, because you are that. Like, you are the weather vane, all right? So it's like, pay attention to, again, you know, pay attention to what comes in on the wind, you know, that air element. What you know, what inspirations do you suddenly have? Do you suddenly have the inspiration to go travel somewhere, or, you know, to go connect with a certain person, or go explore a certain area, or take up some kind of hobby, or start a new project? You know, listen to that stuff. And in particular, really listen to what comes in for you, you know, when you're outside in the elements and that wind blows and some kind of inspiration comes in. Really pay attention. But I see that what's coming in, these opportunities, it's a blessing, man. And it was 23:11 on the clock when I said that, okay? So blessed changes. This is justice. So this represents the sign of Libra. So Libra energy coming forward really strong here, all right? We're closing karmic cycles. We can be sure that what is meant for us will be ours, all right? And we don't need to worry about how it's all going to turn out, you know? However you moved through your situations, you know, just know that that energy will be returned to you, you know? And maybe some people do have some cleanup work to do. You might, you know? And if you do, that's okay. Take it up joyously, you know? Don't resist what you need to do, you know, because as soon as you deal with whatever you need to clean up, if you do have areas of your life where maybe you could have moved better, where you could have made a better choice, where you could have communicated something more clearly, you know, there's always the opportunity to do that. But with that world card showing up, it's really about bringing these things to completion. And through bringing these things to completion and actually doing the work, taking the steps, taking action, that's what frees you into this new cycle that's actually bringing a lot of fulfillment and blessing. Yeah, on point with this Hierophant card coming forward here. This is all about spirit, you know, sort of giving you the support you need, the rooting you need, and also the shelter you need to let that light come in and nurture you and align you, align you with your people, the people you're meant to connect with, the people, places, things that you're meant to connect with now, that align you with your spirit, that align you with what fulfills your soul, that puts you on path with your purpose, okay? And this is also associated with Taurus energy there with the Hierophant, all right? You may feel a little guarded. You may feel a little self-protective right now. You also may be worried about your financial security, Maybe there's some big leaps that you'll need to take, and you feel like it might put you in a little bit of a precarious position financially. But I think that if you start to just really trust your intuition, if you trust what your spirit's telling you, and if you sink into that, you let your intuition guide you, you'll find that you're totally taken care of, all right? And also don't guard your heart so much, If you want to receive, you can't be so closed off, right? You can't be so closed off. If I'm trying to give you a gift, but you're like this, can you receive it? It's like you can get in your own way, right? So just try to be open. Try to be open. Even if you have been hurt, even if you've been going through a difficult cycle, try to be open, try to trust, know that you're supported, and there is supportive energy coming in, You can't see that right now with this moon energy, and we are in an eclipse cycle, so there is a lot that's hidden. But really, you're going to be best nurtured by diving into, your spirituality, diving into your intuition, really letting the subconscious come forward, come forward to be illuminated. And just feeling your way through. This is also Pisces energy, again there, okay? You're rewriting the whole script of your life, You know what story you've been living out, and it looks to me like y'all are ready for a new chapter to begin, You're ready to write new stories, okay? Where things turn out differently. So, consider that. Consider what old stories you're still running and what kind of old tapes are still, playing out in your head. And really think about rewriting those things. And don't be so concerned about what's going on outside of you right now. Really focus on your own energy and what actions you can take. Don't worry about what so-and-so is doing or not doing. It's irrelevant. It's really about what are you doing? And how can you get your energy clear so you can really get in touch with what it is you do want to do and how you do want to move forward. And, when you'll be able to charge forward. When you'll know. If you're in a place right now where you're like, I don't know. I'm not sure what the best action is. I'm not sure what I need to do. Don't be in such a quick rush just to do stuff impulsively, to move yourself out of that uncomfortable place of not knowing. Just trust and know that when it is time for you to take that action, you're going to feel it in every fiber of your being. You're going to feel it. You'll know. You'll be compelled to take action, okay? And it's going to bring that rebirth energy with that bat medicine coming in there. Again, this is air sign collective, okay? So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? This message may be speaking very strongly for you. Let's do a cut of the deck energy here. Ooh, this card wanted to come out, and I'm going to take the one under it. Yeah, on one side we got the devil, on the other side we got the sun, all right? So, the devil is all about the ties that bind, It's the things that keep us stuck. It's the allegiances we have, whether that's to a person, place, thing, or even a belief, okay, that really just keep us trapped in a cycle where we aren't able to have the freedom that happens when we step into our power and we let ourselves be guided forward by where our heart's leading us, right? What speaks to us on a soul level. Sometimes this can also deal with addictions, and those addictions can manifest in negative habits. They can manifest in substance abuse. They can manifest in addictive relationships. I mean, we're really doing what we need to do to shine a light into these areas, these things that are holding us back, these things we've become somewhat of a slave to. This can even be, being too focused on pursuing material reward, being too focused on material advancement, and not paying enough attention to what's actually fulfilling me, what actually does make me happy. What kind of work is my reward? And how should I work in a way that actually is enjoyable, where my passion and my purpose can come forward, instead of it being just about, seeing your bank account grow, right? Or just doing a job because maybe it gives you a good rate of pay, but it's just sucking the life out of you and swallowing your soul, right? This is really about thinking about, where do you have your loyalty, and are you investing in areas that are bringing you into a place of true fulfillment? Or have you kind of just bought into the societal idea of, well, this is what success looks like. This is what makes people happy. This is what the, vision is of a happy life, and really realizing that,